right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the PIAG 23-24 Open Enrollment Kickoff Meeting. My name is John Kruger. I am the President and CEO of PIAG as well as the PIAG Insurance Agency. Appreciate you all taking some time to come on our virtual meeting here today and learn a little bit more about enrollment for your company's health benefits for next year. We're going to talk Heather Peruta from our insurance team, as well as Evie Naga from PIBT, our insurance trust partner. Are going to talk a lot more than I will today about this and kind of walk through the plan and options for next year. This is one of the biggest benefits for being a PIAG member is access to this group health insurance program. Last year, through the program, we provided health benefits insurance to nearly 600 employees in Georgia. So we're definitely excited to have you all on. Appreciate your interest in this. I'm going to turn it over now to Heather. She's going to walk through the plans and the options for next year, and we will handle any questions you may have at the end of the presentation. So Heather, I'll turn it over to you.
Hi, everyone. By this time, probably everybody has either spoken to me or met me in person. Last year was fairly new. We also have Evie on the call because she's the director and she's an expert on a lot of the plans. Things that I may not know, I can go to her on. So let's start with the two plans that we offer. We offer the Kaiser Permanente and the Freedom Plan. The beauty of being with PIAG is you don't have to just pick one plan. You can pick both plans. Within the Kaiser plan, we have 3 different options. And with the Freedom Plan, which is our PPO plan, we have 5 options. So I'll tell you a little bit about an HMO. The beauty of an HMO is everybody sort of talks to everybody. And there's electronic health records that are being held through Kaiser Permanente. With an HMO, it's an in-network plan unless it's an emergency situation. Also, there is a gatekeeper that you have to go to your primary care physician if you need to get referrals. Other than that, Kaiser is a great plan. And let's talk a little bit. This year, there were no changes, no plan changes whatsoever. There was an increase of approximately 9%. Which we're thinking is pretty good because I've been hearing from other people that are moving to us that they're seeing 20 to 25% rate increases across the board. So here are the plans with Kaiser. We offer, like I said, the 3 plans, like a low, medium, and a high, a low plan, a high plan, medium plan, and a high plan. And if you're happy with what you have, you can currently just stay on that plan. If you'd like, maybe you used your insurance a little bit more than you thought you were going to use it this year, you may want to consider moving to a different plan. And I am open to any discussions that anybody would have to go over the plans if you're thinking about moving plans. As far as the PIBT Freedom Plan, this is a true PPO plan. Unlike an HMO, there's no referrals needed. Again, there's no plan changes. Last year, we had a few plan changes. This year, everything has stayed the same. We have the 5 plans to choose from, going from the low to the high plans. And there was approximately a 7% increase overall on the Freedom plans this year. And this is a screenshot. This goes from our richest plan, the 35-1250 plan, all the way to our HSA option. I won't go over every single plan, but I'm happy to do that individually if anybody would like to do that, during our open enrollment meetings individually. So again, if you like these plans and you want to stay with them, you can just stay with them, or we can move. This is the time to move plans. So here's the first 2 plans were the richest, then these are the kind of the middle plans. And then if you're interested, we also have an HSA option. To know about an HSA is that everything basically other than preventative falls under the deductible. So you're paying out of pocket for doctor's office visits, but you can put money into an HSA. And this year, an individual can put up to $3,850 and $7,750 for a family. Again, if it's something that you're interested in, I can talk about it offline. We can talk a little bit more about that. You set the HSA up separate from the account. I'll have to talk to Evie about that. Do we work with Chase on that, or? I'll let her talk a little bit about that. I'm sure which bank we use for that. And Evie's gonna talk about Imagine 360 and how it works.
Okay, well, I tried to turn my camera up because it looked like it was flickering. Didn't want to get that distraction there. All right, well, good morning in our side, good afternoon on your side. Thank you for joining us. So yes, the Imagine 360, for those of you who have experienced this, it's a different type of plan. It behaves just like a PPO. It's just a little bit, sometimes a little more footsteps behind the scenes, but we are here to do the stepping for you. All you have to do is just say, if you're having any challenge with anybody accessing care, what have you, it's just a matter of letting us know what you need, and we will be able to help. But it provides you pretty much with coverage with any provider. You can use the multi-plan network to find providers, but you have the ability to go to any provider of your choice. And what we have discovered with this plan pretty much is a lot of education more on the provider side. If providers are not used to it, sometimes they just immediately say a particular piece of information, which is discouraging, but it's just a matter of educating the providers. And once everything's good, they submit their first claim, they get paid, everything's good sailing there forward. So yeah, you get disease management, you get all kinds of services, pharmacy and wellness. But UCM is another really good thing that we'll talk in a little bit. So we can go ahead and change the screen. So member guidance, they provide you with all kinds of services. You can, one thing that we really recommend is that members who are on the Freedom Plan. That's interesting. The other wording is backwards. It's okay. You can just register on the portal. You have all kinds of resources available to you to check for quality of service and who's accepting the plan and what have you. So if you ever get stuck with any of this, we're just an email or phone call away. You're not on your own, okay? So just reach out to us so we can help you. Let's change the screen. All right, so multi-plan. For those of you who have your ID cards, you see the multi-plan logo on your ID card and also a website where you can go into. We even have we created something that helps you walk through every step of the way when you go in there to know how to search for providers, because you can search by name, you can search by specialty. There's a variety of things that you can do. So it's just a matter of getting familiar with the portal. It's funny because we were just talking this morning how everything is on portal. Even when you go to the supermarket, you want a coupon, you got to go on the link and get it. And sometimes we have to go to the little kids. Hey, can you log me in? It's just the time. Everything we have to do on the portal. So it's just a good time. It's a good thing to get used to it. So just if you have not registered on the portal, please do so. You have a lot of resources available. Let's change the screen. All right, UCM. So if any of you that are on the Freedom or maybe are not and may want to consider, UCM is a really neat resource available to all of you. You'll see the logo on your ID card on the front, lower left-hand side. This allows you to get 24/7 service. If you have, if it's after hours and you have a situation, you just basically call, you provide your name and you indicate what the need is. And then a professional will call you, a provider will actually call you within 15 to 30 minutes and tend to that. Whether you need to, a prescription, they can just more or less, when you talk to them, they can call in a prescription to the nearest pharmacy. They can maybe even see you. They can even maybe do a virtual versus just a phone call. So it's a very good resource available to you. So please use it. They speak all languages. Matter of fact, I've been connecting a few members with that. Matter of fact, I have a member who just was in the plan first, new, had prescriptions, but couldn't see a doctor until next month. So I just was able to connect the member with the UCM team, and they were able to get a doctor to call him, get him the prescription, and then he was able to go refill it before he actually saw a doctor. physically, but he was able to talk to a doctor and get that taken care of. So UCM, a very nice resource. Take advantage of it. It's there for you and anybody that you have enrolled on your plan. Let's move along. Okay. So Imagine 360, who is this? So with PIBT Freedom, there's different layers of services. So Imagine 360 happens to be the claims adjudicator. That is who the claim goes to from any provider, and they pay the claims. And so if you have this plan, at the end of every visit, you get this document called the EOB, Explanation of Benefits. And you'll see Imagine 360's logo in there. That explanation of benefits shows you the date of your service, who the patient was, who the provider was, what the dollar amount that was billed, what your only responsibility is, and that's all that you should pay. So Imagine 360 is the one that just basically does all the claim adjudication. Next one. Okay. Questions that may come up is, my doctor's not accepting the plan. Some people get that because, again, the provider is not familiar. It's not a logo that is the Blue Shield or an Anthem or a Cigna of the world that's commercially recognized. So the provider, the backside of the ID card has a provider line where we encourage providers to just call in to get eligibility and benefits. For whatever reason, some providers are just not willing to do that. Either they're too busy or they just don't do that. That's our protocol. If you ever come across that, just call us. We'll do the call for you. You continue to do your work. You continue to do what you need to do. We do that for you, and we call you and let you know when everything's smooth and ready for you to access care. So it's just, again, a lot of education that sometimes we do on the provider side, primarily, if the provider is ever not willing to pick up the phone and call. And so facilities, if you ever need any assistance with that, again, just let us know. But if you're comfortable just navigating on the multi-plan website, you can also do that. So just, again, anything you ever get bump on the road, do not hesitate to call. Don't be discouraged thinking, oh, this is not a good plan. That's absolutely a good plan. Once you get everything through, everything works as it should. Okay. Never forget, it's only an email or phone call that we are, and we are always willing to help. Let's change that. And ID cards. Oh, that's one thing. There's new ID cards that are going to be coming to every PIBT Freedom member. So it's exactly the same plan number, the same ID. It's just a new set of ID cards. So you're welcome to get rid of your current one when the new one arrives. It's just a new card. This is a really good resource for all of you to have. If you don't have it right now, you can download it off our portal, or you can call us and we're happy to email you a copy. It's just basically talking about the layers I mentioned earlier. So Imagine 360, UCM, KISS imaging is another really good resource. So that is input in here so that whenever you get an order for any MRI, CT scans, you basically just call this number at the KISS imaging, and they connect you with a provider who can do that for you and is highly discounted, where you pay zero, almost very little to zero out of copay. So it's all, I would encourage you, if you ever get an order for any MRI, CT, or PET scan, to please call KISS imaging so that you can get the best out-of-pocket experience. Otherwise, then you may be exposed to a little more out-of-pocket. So as much as possible, use this whenever you have any of these three ordered by any doctor for you or your dependents. Okay, let's change the page on this one. There's also another issue that there's another layer that I wanted to mention on that. If you ever have any balance billing, Imagine 360 has the resources also to assist. Like I mentioned earlier, on explanation of benefits, you do not pay ever more than the patient responsibility that the EOB indicates. Once you pay that, and if you get any balance bills from the provider, never pay that, please. Send that to either us, we can forward it to the balance bill team so they can help you settle that, because never, ever do you pay anything more than the EOB indicates. All right. And is this your world, Heather?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So if you're getting close to being 65, we do have a contact, Susan Brown. I can, if anybody needs this information, I can email you this page if you'd like to talk to her. She's very knowledgeable. And I know she does a lot of stuff with Kaiser, and a lot of people that are on Kaiser would like to stay on Kaiser, and I think she can help you with that. So the dental, vision, and life, very small increases. Basically across the board for the dental and vision is about a 3% increase, on all the plans, the Delta, Humana, the IMED, the VSP. And then the life rates went down. Do I have this right, Evie? Went from 38 cents per thousand to 28 cents per thousand.
Hardly do things go down in this case. This one did.
Yes, true. Yes. So you'll see that reflected on your bill if you have life insurance. As far as changes, there was an enhancement on the VSP plan for progressive lenses under lens enhancements. This currently wasn't on here, Evie, before. They didn't
Correct.
cover.
Yeah, and outside of that, everything else remains the same. So we did add that enhancement option.
Yeah, and again, that just falls into that 3% increase. No extra money for that. And here I've just put one of the high plan for the IMED because it has a $200 frame allowance. The other one I believe has 130. Good luck trying to find one for 130. Good luck trying to find for 200. So anyway, so this is just the co-pays that you need. And again, this is the high plan on the IMED. And we'll talk a little bit about if you, in the yearbook, you can go under IMED or VSP. And if you don't already have an eye doctor that you're working with, then you can find it. If not, we do have some retail spots that you can go to. For IMED, Sears, Target, LensCrafter, Pearl Vision. And then if you want to go online, you can go under the VSP and find a provider in your area. Again, if you don't already have one.
And Costco is one of the VSP providers as well.
Oh, VSP. Okay. For VSP. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I get this question a lot on the dental. We have two dental carriers, the Delta carrier and then Humana, but the Delta offers traditional PPO, which is a percentage plan, so 100% for preventative, 80% for basic, and 50% for major. They also have a less expensive product, which is called the Delta Care, which is more of a fee schedule. And if anybody is interested in that, we can send that over to you if you want to know what the fee schedule is, if you're needing to get some major surgery done, root canal and that sort of stuff.
And if I may interject in regards to dental, so the big thing to keep in mind with PPO, what's the difference between PPO and DMO or HMO? The difference is PPO allows you to go anywhere you want, preferably if you go to a dentist in the network because your out-of-pocket experience is better. But you can also go out of network with a dentist who's not contracted. Your out-of-pocket will be exposed a little more, as well as any balance billings, because any doctor that's not contracted doesn't have to take the insurance payment as payment in full. DMO or HMO, it's a fee schedule. Like I mentioned before, you have other meetings, sorry, like when you go to a restaurant, a side of chimichanga, a side of guacamole, a side of anything. So everything has a specific fee based on the code, which is a universal code in the dental world, and you always have to go to a dentist in the network. You are appointed to a dentist in the network. If you have a spouse, they can have a different office. If you have children, they can have a different office, but they're always needing to have an office assigned to them in the network, and that's where they go. You can switch offices as you wish, but always has to be with a dentist in the network. That's the difference between the two.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit of a difference as well in the premium as well. So yeah, I'm gonna pay for the richer plan.
All right.
I think we have much to talk about the life insurance, but if you want to go over it, Evie, we can.
Yeah. So yeah, the Symetra life insurance, as we know, the basic, as we mentioned earlier, is a flat fee. It's an employer-sponsored plan per employee. There is also the voluntary opportunity. So if you currently do not offer VTL, voluntary term life insurance, to your staff, you might want to consider. And this is a really neat policy or a neat program because it allows members who enroll to get a guaranteed issue of $120,000 with no medical questions asked. So they don't have to go through underwriting, anything. If they want, they can get up to 120, no medical questions asked. Just an application gets completed, sends in. The dependent spouses can also get a guaranteed issue. I believe theirs is 25,000. And then dependent children up to the age of 26 can get either 5 or 10,000 for, gosh, 5,000 is like $1 and change. 10,000 is like $2 and change per month. Per not per children, but for children, you can have one, you can have 20. They have the same face value for the same monthly amount. So it's a good opportunity to, 25,000, there it is. So it's a good opportunity if you currently do not offer it. This is completely paid by the employee via payroll deductions. No employer contribution required on a voluntary term life insurance. So that's the little commercial with the Symetra. All right, Employee Assistance Program. EAP, if any of you noticed, we switched carriers in June because MHN got out of the business and we replaced it with TELUS Health. It's a really good program. Also, this is another employer-sponsored plan. So if you offer it, this is per employee per month is not very much, just $5.80 per month. It allows employees and anybody living in their household to access services. Anything life throws at you under the sun. You have a financial situation, you need counseling, you need to find schools in your area for your children. You have smoking, say anything you can imagine under the sun. An employee or anybody who lives in their house can call, say, this is what I need. They connect you with professionals and they help you with the with whatever the issue is. With the counseling, this could be virtual, it could be face-to-face, 6 sessions per incident. So it's really a neat program that allows a variety of services. So you might want to consider that if you currently do not offer it. They also provide services for employers from different webinars and what have you of things that, that happen in the business area that is also accessible to you. So EAP, assistance, Employee Assistance Program via TELUS Health. All right. And TASK. Is this something you currently offer right now, Heather?
I'm not sure.
So TASK allows you to do a variety of things. FSA, if any of you are familiar with flexible spending account, which is slightly different than HSA. FSA allows employees to dictate a certain dollar amount and have it deducted via payroll taxes, via payroll deduction, sorry, and it goes into this FSA account. A member is given like a Visa card and they can go ahead and swipe it anytime they go to the dentist, they go and anything you have services, any health services from head to toe, whether it be dermatology, vision, dental, counseling, health, anything related to health, pharmaceuticals. There's a lot of things that you can get with this FSA dollars. What I always tell employees when I do open enrollment meetings, you're going to pay for a doctor visit, you're going to pay for the dentist, you're going to pay for counseling, you're going to pay for prescriptions. Why not pay for it with pre-tax dollars? Get taxed a little lower and get this pre-tax dollars available there for you. You dictate the amount more or less on what your expenses are, and you use that money. The employer then sets it up on either to have the balance either roll over. There's a certain balance that you can have roll over to the next year, or you can have a runoff where you can spend those dollars certain months after the plan year ends. So it's a really neat program to use if you currently don't offer it to your employees. It just there's a fee per employee, and we're happy to get you a quote, no obligation at all. We can get you a quote, you can review it, consider it, and then make this an available feature for your employees because again, they're going to use the services. Makes sense to just pay with pre-tax dollars. All right, PIBT portal. If any of you have not registered on the portal, we highly encourage you to do so. It's very user-friendly. This allows you to do your day-to-day administrative work. If you don't want to do that, we can still do it for you, but it's a good idea for you to be registered because, for example, right now, when we finish this webinar, you can go and download your renewal. If you already have your registration, as soon as we're done, you'll be able to go ahead and download your renewal. Otherwise, the hard copies should be arriving soon, but right now you can get a sneak peek into that. And you can do your renewal online, you can do terminations online, you can do enrollments online. The moment you submit, you click submit after you process anything, it's done in real time in our system. And it's really neat to have that accessibility to you. If you need to look at something, you can download invoices. You can look at the enrollments of the employees. There's a variety of things you can do. If you're currently not enrolled, just let us know. We can send you the instructions that are really, again, very user-friendly. And if you have registered and maybe forgot your passcode, let us know. We can help you with that as well. All right. So your renewal options. If you, once you download your renewal and you say, you know what, Heather, I'm going to stay the way I am, I'm not going to make any changes. Your renewal, you'll see that it's already pre-filled with your information, highlights the benefits you currently offer. If you're making no changes, you just sign it and submit it. When you do that, then you will be emailed a plan comparison based on your plan options so that you can have that as well as a blank copy of the enrollment should you have new hires. And that's pretty much it. You can do that via the portal, or you can do it with wet ink by completing the PA and then submitting it. So just be aware of that. The reminder on the late fee, you just never want to, you want to make sure that your payment is always submitted before the end of the month so that you avoid that, that nasty $35 fee. So just be aware of that. You can, we have the ability, if you're not aware, of sending you the email, the invoices via email on the 1st. So the invoices generate the 1st of every month, unless the 1st falls on a holiday, then it's done the 1st work day. So we can add you to the email list because we already have an email list going out, or you can download it off the portal, or if you just want to continue to get the mail copy, that's fine. But you always have access to that invoice the 1st of the month. Okay. And
So
this is,
yeah.
sorry, go
The
ahead. Deb.
participation agreement, as Evie was talking about, we need this every year. I think people say, well, I'm not going to change anything, so why do I need to send it in? But you have to send it in every year because every year is a new enrollment. If you need any help with the, you definitely need to complete section 1. If you need any help with this, I'm happy to help. As well as section 2, to sign it. If you want to read these bullets, I believe there was one change, number 5, about poverty level. Evie maybe can talk a little bit about that, or we can talk about that offline as well.
Mhm.
If you wanted to make any changes, the section 3 and 4 is where you would make those changes. You'll see on the participation agreement that it's already highlighted. If you don't want to change anything, I think sometimes people get a little confused. It's a little confusing. Just don't do anything. Don't mark in anything. If you want to eliminate that plan, there's a section there where you can eliminate or add plans. And I know I've talked to a few people already that would like to add more plans. They've gotten more employees. They want to add more plans. And I can definitely help with that. Then there's also section 6 is the section that needs to be signed as well. So I think is there 3 sections, Evie, on here that need to be
Yeah,
signed?
so do you have all the PA or just this part of the PA?
Yeah, I don't have all the
I
sections.
see. Yeah, but there's 3 sections, yes.
3 sections that need to be signed.
Mhm.
And if you don't sign them, we'll have to send it back to you and get it signed.
And the neat thing is that the yearbook includes your PA with your company information already in it. You just need to complete the rest of the information.
Here's my information. If you need to email me with any questions, or if you want to email me the participation agreement. Evie asked that you send it to the PBIT email address and copy me, or vice versa. Either way, it'll get there. If I see that you didn't copy it, I'll send it over to them. Our dates are a little more stringent this year than last year. If you're making changes for 12/1, we need everything back by 11/15. And for 1/1 changes, we need it back by 12/15, and it's always falls around the holidays. So if I don't hear from you, I'll probably be pestering you a few extra times. But if you can get this done sooner than later, that'd be just helpful for everybody. Do you have anything to add on this, maybe?
No, I think we're pretty good. So we
Yeah.
try to do that 15 so that hopefully we're done by then, and then you can go and enjoy the holidays.
Yes, exactly. So we do have a partnership with Aflac. I know a lot of you work with Philip White. He's very knowledgeable. If you're looking to add completely employee paid benefits, they offer STD, short-term disability, critical illness, there's accident plans, cancer plans. If you're interested, I think there's 3 employee minimum. If you're interested, you can copy this number down or email me and I'll get that information to you if you're interested in having him come out and show you what they offer. And for everybody who doesn't know, we offer commercial lines, property and casualty. We offer business, personal property, building, workers' comp. We also do personal lines, your home, personal auto, renters, umbrella. You already know we do the group health and dental. Oh, I don't have Joe on the line. Excuse me. I don't have Joe on the line. But if you're interested in the 401k, here's his information in the corner. We also offer voluntary dental and vision through Printer Disability Trust with Emeritus and VSP. This is 100% employee paid, where through the trust, it has to be 50% employer paid. So this is completely voluntary if you want to offer this. I see there's a few questions, so I'm going to get to those questions.
While you do that, Heather, in regards to the HSA you mentioned earlier, an HSA can be established with any financial institution. So any bank, you just go in and make sure that you have, the key is that you have to have an HSA medical plan in order to be able to set up an HSA account.
Great. Okay. One of the questions is, when the doctor's office asks what type of insurance do you have, what is the answer? Even I'm going to send it to you because I'm
Sure. You can always say this. I have a PPO. Pretty much, it behaves just like a PPO. But if and then go ahead and share the information of the provider line to just call and get eligibility and benefits. Matter of fact, I've been doing a lot of calls for other members for another group, and sometimes members say, they're not taking my insurance, they don't take it. So let me have the number, and I call the provider and I explain who I am, and I basically say this is a self-funded plan provided by the employer, and it behaves just like a PPO. All you need to do is submit your claim to the claims address on the back of the ID card to get your claims paid, just like any other insurance. But if you need any more information, you can call the provider line. Here's the provider line for eligibility and benefits. Usually that does the trick, and that's it.
I came in late. Where do we find rates for medical insurance? If you are on the portal, you can find the rates there. If not, if you chose to have it mailed to you, I would say they'd be there by the beginning of next week, right, Evie, or somewhere next week. Okay. But if you have access to the portal, you need access to the portal, you can find the rates on there already. Next question, what are the increases for medical? For the Kaiser Permanente, it is approximately 9%. And on the PPO Freedom Plan, it's approximately 7%.
Yeah.
To anybody else? Let me see.
Heather, this is John. I have a quick question just to clarify. And Evie, I apologize, you may have already answered this, but as far as what we call the yearbooks, the paperwork for renewals, I know in the past everyone's received a hard copy of that in the mail. But I think we made some changes this year, correct? So the mail copy will only be received if you opted into mail. Is that right, or did that?
Actually, if there was a survey that we sent out.
Yeah.
If the employer did not answer the survey, we'll just continue to mail.
Okay.
But for those that said no, I just want an email copy will be supplied.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
One additional question came in. Does the Freedom 45-3250 plan qualify for HSA? No, that plan doesn't.
No, 6,500 is the only HSA plan.
Yeah, there's certain requirements. So it was that last plan that I showed you on
Yeah.
the screen, and I'm happy to email it to you. For the HSA option.
Mhm. And then with the HSA, for those of you who may not be familiar with how HSA works, once you set that up and you put the dollar amount that the IRS dictates as your maximum, or if you put less, and those dollars are not used, those dollars continue to roll over year after year. And if you happen to be a very healthy individual who never uses those dollars, then when you become 65 plus, then you have other options to do something with that.
Another question came in. In the past, we have received information to pass on to our employees showing mapping, rate changes, increases. Do I get that off the portal or wait to receive the info in the mail?
So when the participation agreement is submitted, we create the custom plan comparison for that employer with all the plans that they offer, the rate structure, and the blank application. Matter of fact, during open enrollment, we can also provide you with pre-filled applications with all of the data of the employee, and all they need to do is just check the boxes of a plan change if they wish to do that. So if you wish to have a file, actually, you know what? The portal allows you to download them. But if you're not registered, you can just definitely register. It's better if you do, because if we send them to you, we have to passcode protect the email. We have to encrypt it, send it to you. Some people have issues with that. So if you're registered, you can download the pre-filled applications in the yearbook as well. But when you submit the PA to us completed, that's what generates your custom, call it your menu, your employee benefits portfolio.
All right, let me see if there was any other questions. Jenny just put on here that we are recording this. So if you for whatever reason you didn't get to see it, you can find it on the website. Again, I'm happy to talk to anybody about any plans that they may be thinking about individually. Was there anybody else that I missed? I don't think so.
And if you're too shy to ask your question right now, shoot us an email. We'll be more than happy to address that with you one-on-one, or give us a call.
Yeah. All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions, we will wrap this up. And you can email me, call me. If you need help with the website, I can help you with that. Jenny put my email address on there. You can call my cell phone number. I'll put it on here. That's probably the best way.
So, and I requested for the yearbooks to be accessible. I was thinking that we might have extended to 12, but I may just ask for them to just push that button a little earlier. So if you happen to go on the portal right now and you say, Evie, that's not true, it's not there, just wait a little bit and then I'll ask them to just go ahead and push the button sooner.
Yeah. And this is open enrollment, so unless it's a qualifying event, we need you to get everybody on the plan that's gonna get on the plan, unless, there's like an adoption or a pregnancy or what are the other qualifying, they moved, some of the other qualifying events, so I know sometimes that comes up.
Yep.
If not, you have to wait until next year.
Yep, open enrollment is it.
This
So
is
this
it.
is the time for the gates open for everyone. So yeah, take advantage, and as soon as your PA arrives, we'll create your menu, email it to you so you can distribute to your employees.
And yes, Joey, the 23-24 yearbooks are online right now. So if you don't have any questions for me and you're comfortable doing it on the portal, it's I think it's key. It's right when you log in that basically says start my renewal. And you can just do it that way. Again, I'm not pushing anybody to the portal. If you want to talk to me or you want to send me the participation agreement, I'm happy to help anybody who needs help.
We just want to encourage you to try the portal.
Yeah, try the portal. Right.
Yes.
It's very user friendly.
But yeah, very much. And then you have the key on hand, so whenever you need to access, you can access. But we're always here to help.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you.
If we don't talk to you, have a great holiday.
Good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.